In this episode, we'll go through how to set Photoshop with Flix. If you've never used both tools together before, there are a few things to keep in mind. The first thing is to make sure Flix knows it should use Photoshop and not Storyboard Pro. Go into File, Preferences, and under Third-Party Apps, General, set the sketching tool to Photoshop. In the previous episode, I enforced this at show level, but I'll set it here as well to avoid confusion. Next, we need to make sure Flix knows where Photoshop is. Go into Adobe Photoshop and set the Executable option to point to your Photoshop application. Select Browse and find and select the Photoshop executable. If you're using a Mac, you'll need to put these details in this section. Now Flix knows where Photoshop is. Finally, we need to install the plugin. Next to Install Plugin, select the Install button. You might need to restart Photoshop after installing the plugin. We can now start using Photoshop with Flix. Either open Photoshop or double-click on a panel to launch the application. When opened, you should have this Flix plugin appear. If you can't see it, go into Window, Extensions, and make sure you have Flix selected. We are now ready to use Photoshop with Flix. In the next episodes, we will learn the different ways to create and modify panels using Photoshop with Flix.